Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GTV Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth on LDBC. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yeah, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, yeah, so press 1 if y'all can hear me in the comments, man. Got a mic check, 1 2 1 2. Salute to everybody that's gonna tap on in. Y'all already know what it is. Appreciate all y'all love, honor, and respect. If y'all can hear me in the comments again, press 1 as y'all tap on in. And shout out to Tanya in the Cash App coming through. $50 donation. Salute to you. I appreciate that. Appreciate the channel and the content. Salute to you also. Shout out to Keith Stovall with the donation. Shout out to Denise Rush with a $25 donation in the Cash App. Says salute to you, Ticket, always stating facts. Salute to you, ma'am. Also, let me see who else we had in here. Shout out to hold on, who is this? Hold on 1 second, you guys. Shout out to Alani. Salute to you. And the Cash App with the donation, Alani. I appreciate you. Salute to you. Also, shout out to let me see. Unique and the Cash App with the donation. I appreciate you. Love, honor, and respect. Everybody, y'all come on in. Diddy has been denied a mistrial again. The judge just ruled on a third mistrial for Diddy, and it was denied again. Denied. I'm going to repeat myself one more time. The judge has once again ruled on a mistrial for Diddy, and the judge has once again denied Sean Diddy Combs the mistrial. I told y'all it wasn't going to happen, man. You guys, y'all get too worried about the wrong stuff, man. That judge ain't letting this dude off the hook, bro. Try to tell people this. I don't know why people don't want to listen. People thought the judge is going to let this dude off the hook. It's not how it works. The judge is not coming out here just letting Diddy off the hook to let him off the hook. That's not how it's going to go. It's not how it's going to go, man. Diddy's not going to be able to get it that easy, y'all. It's not going down like that. I don't know why people don't understand that or what people think about or what people talk about, but again, you know, it's just not going down. So hopefully everybody has closure to that situation now, and understanding that situation is just, it is what it is, man. But it's not going nowhere. So again, just for all y'all to know, you know what I'm saying? So let me put that out there right now. Salute to everybody that's tapped in. Y'all share the video, like the video, man. Let's get those likes up as y'all come on in the building. Salute to all of you guys. I appreciate all of y'all, man, for tapping on in. As actually it's their third request for a mistrial, or the second request, I should say. It's their second request for a mistrial, and it was thrown out. So let me take that back. This is their second request. The first time they floated the idea, let me put that out there. They floated the idea that they were going to ask for a mistrial. Then they asked for it. He denied it. Then They wrote a whole letter talking about, oh, this girl lied. They had to throw it out. Girl didn't lie. I told you guys in the paperwork that she didn't lie. She put on or about that date. So, and that was in her lawsuit. So anybody who's trying to say, oh man, they're trying to cheat Diddy. No, they're not. It's in the girl's lawsuit. How do I know? I got it right here. It says it right there. On or about September the 26th, 2016, man. It says it right there on your screen, man. Like, share, subscribe, everybody. Y'all come on in the building. If you guys haven't subscribed, salute. Make sure y'all subscribe, man. Shout out to the brother. Um, Kevin in the Cash App with the donation. I appreciate you, dog. Salute. Much love to you, man. You said great overall coverage ticket. Salute to you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, it says it right there in her lawsuit. I don't know why people have a hard time reading. Reading and hearing and understanding, all that's fundamental. It all comes with it. It's all fundamental. Reading is fundamental. When people don't read, it's a problem, right? And so again, it says it in the lawsuit right there. It says that on or about September the 26th, 2016. It didn't lock her into that exact date. So she didn't lie. It was only a couple days off. So she gave herself leeway in the actual lawsuit. So, and then she's a credible witness because she fired an attorney who she said put false information. So I don't know what these lawyers are thinking about. Like, bro, you're not getting that mistrial, man. It's just not happening. You know what I mean? It's not happening. Damn, y'all active today. Hold on, who is this? Hold on. Y'all real active today. Salute to you. Shout out to Charlie in the Cash App donation. I appreciate you, dog. Much love to you. Also, shout out to Evelyn Gamble in the Cash App with a donation. Salute to you. I appreciate you. Evelyn Gamble, I appreciate you. You already know what it is. You know what I mean? Much love to you. So, the judge came in and said, on rule that Jane's notes reflecting alleged fraud to induce her into the hotel nights, they are admissible, right? Despite Diddy's arguments. So the judge have admitted Jane Doe's notes, which Diddy's lawyers fought not to have involved. Period. Diddy's lawyers fought against this. They fought hard against this. The judge said, nah, we're going to let that in. So the judge allowed her notes to come in, which is going to be damning to Diddy. Because I told you guys, when you take notes, you have a note app. Inside your note app, when you write a note, it gives you the date and the time that you wrote that note. And it keeps it in there. And if you ever edit that note, it's going to say edited. Her notes weren't edited. She wrote those notes at that time, not knowing that we was going to get to this day, ever, to this day right here. Never knew we was going to come to this day. So her having those notes all those times ago helped her out, helped the government's case. Also, Diddy's lawyer says, oh, but Ms. Baldwin said clearly the incident balcony took place on September the 26th. Diddy's lawyers are liars. She did not say that. Diddy's lawyers are bold-faced liars. Diddy's lawyers in court right now says that Mrs. Baldwin said that clearly the balcony incident took place on September 26th. We believe she perjured herself and she knew. They said, we believe she perjured herself and she knew. The government is cited that all injured were at the same time. What do you mean? What do you mean? She didn't say it was on the 26th. Liar. She said on or about. Liar. On or about. On or about gives you leeway of a few days. Up to a week is reasonable. And on or about in any lawsuit. So when you say on or about, if you got a situation that's damn near a decade ago, right? And you're trying to go back and think of the exact date this thing happened. If you get it within a week, you're good to go. You say, oh yeah, on or about Diddy's lawyers are full of it. Then when they asked her if she lied, she says, no, I stand by my story. What do you mean? That dude is going to prison for the rest of his life. Y'all get that clown a pass. He ain't getting no pass around me. That nigga ain't getting no pass around me. So the judge says, couldn't we just say that the government screwed up, giving Nicole Westmoreland, aka Nappyhead, a rare Perry Mason moment in federal court that defense back in its war zone could say, great job. Diddy's lawyer says, oh, well, she did a great job. But they had Cassie say she saw it. Diddy's lawyer said, this is only our second motion for a mistrial. I'm not sure why the government said it's the third. They said it's the third because Brian Steele was running up there saying he's going to ask for a mistrial. The government says perjury is only one prong of a four-part test. The judge says this happened years ago. Mrs. Bongwin was taking a lot of drugs. Thank God she's sober. Get your ass out of here. Once again, the judge being reasonable again, understanding the law. When you have people that's on all those types of drugs, that's all types of situations where they don't lost their mind, the judge stood on business once again. Point blank, period. And that's all there is to it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's all there is to it. If you don't like what I said, it is what it is. Sitting up there whining and crying in the courtroom. Oh, but Judge, I don't know what's going on, Judge. That girl went up there and testified she was taking all them drugs, man. How the hell could she remember? And then when you looked at the lawsuit, it said on or about. The judge eats a nappy head right there. The judge eats at her. The judge says, hey, the judge says, couldn't we just say that the government screwed up, giving Nicole Westmoreland a rare Perry Mason moment in federal court? That defense back in this war zone could say, great job, Nicole Westmoreland. The judge says this in open court with the jury in the back. So the jury's not hearing this. He's joking on their ass, clowning their ass, right? Diddy's lawyer says, she did do a great job, but they had Cassie say she saw it. This is only our second motion for a mistrial. I'm not sure why the government says it's a third. This is Diddy's lawyers crying like little babies. Then the government says perjury is only one prong of a four-part test. The judge says, listen, man, this happened years ago. Mrs. Bongwin was taking a lot of drugs. The lady on the right-hand side of your screen who said she got hung over a balcony. He said, thank God she's sober. The judge cooked their ass. 3 the hard way. Said, nah, y'all not getting that mistrial. Nope, you gonna stand trial. And then the government says, Brian Steele moved for a mistrial. The judge says, well, he said he was gonna move. Diddy's lawyer says, we object to Juror 6 being stricken. It's under seal, but oh shit, it's about to get real, y'all. They want Juror 6 stricken, and Diddy's lawyer don't want them stricken. Juror 6, something going on with Juror 6. Something's going on, you guys. The government wants Juror 6 stricken, and Diddy's team is fighting not to have Juror 6 stricken. What in the blue hell is going on, Sean Diddy Combs? They just said this in open court. Diddy's lawyer says, we object to Juror 6 being stricken. It's under seal, but the judge says everyone will be heard. Everyone will be heard. Lord have mercy. It's going to get real, y'all. It's going to get real. It's going to get real, y'all. The judge says, bring in Jane, then the jury. Oh, my God. They're trying to get jurors. Something's going on with a juror, you guys. They're trying to get one of the jurors stricken. The government. Diddy's team is fighting against it. Like, no, we don't want that juror stricken. Why not? What happened with juror number 6? Huh, Diddy? What's going on? Is there anything going on? We're asking. We're asking a question, sir. Shout out to Beverly Picard with the donation. She said, you're doing an amazing job, Ticket. I thank you. Salute to you. Shout out to Dog with the donation. I appreciate you. Shout out to Imani coming through with a $100 donation in the Cash App. Salute to you. She said, this is my new favorite channel. Salute to you, baby. Shout out to G Love Wallace with the donation. He said, should her name be shown? Thank you for keeping it a thou while. Nah, if she don't want to show, because too many people out here is crazy, right? Too many people out here is crazy, right? I'm finna tell y'all something, man, right? Everybody that's listening to this video, you guys, oh my goodness gracious, bro. It's a juror, 6, juror number. That juror number, something's going on with that juror. The government wants that juror out of there. And Diddy's legal team is fighting to keep that. Now remember, they already got replacements over there. So if Diddy's legal team can prove something's going on with that juror, man, it's going to be real ugly. It's going to be real ugly. So Tenny Garagos is going to do the cross-examination on the Jane. She said, Jane, we met before. Then you stopped meeting with the defense. That was your choice, right? She said, yep. She gave herself away. Diddy's legal team gave themselves away. That is the reason why Diddy was paying for that girl's lawyer. That girl was going to be down with Diddy's legal team, in my opinion. And then the government came in and says, you're going to testify the truth, and you're going to testify with us, or we're going to prosecute you with Diddy. And that explains why Diddy never stopped paying her rent, and why Diddy never stopped paying her lawyer fees. Oh, it's over with. Oh, it's over with. Oh, my God. Lord have mercy. Diddy is in for it big time. Let me repeat myself again to the whole world who didn't hear what I said. Sean Diddy Combs' lawyer in open court, the first thing she said is that they met with a Jane Doe before. And then they said, you stopped meeting with us. That was your choice, right? And she says, correct. So they were meeting with this woman before, maybe because she was going to not give testimony or testify on the behalf of Diddy, which would explain why Diddy is paying for her lawyer. Wow. Unbelievable stuff, man. Unbelievable stuff, bro. Oh my God. Diddy is done. Off question number 1. It doesn't matter what else she tries to say. Scandalous about this woman. Diddy's lawyers were talking with this woman until, once again, the government said, you either come over here and you testify the truth for immunity, or you go to prison with them. because you were part of the crimes, and I told y'all this. And all these bums that come at me on YouTube in these comment sections, whining like little babies, saying, "Hey man, why ain't these girls being prosecuted?" They were. They did what Diddy didn't do, you big dummy. They testified. Diddy decided to fight the case. When Diddy was offered a plea deal, he rejected it. When these other people were offered immunity and plea deals, they accepted it. That's the difference. Sean Diddy Combs did it to himself. And you know who else was talking to the defense? Christina Corm's lawyers. You know how I know? Because the defense said that during this trial a few weeks ago, that they had talked to Christina Corm's lawyers. I wonder who was paying for Christina Corm's lawyers. Oh my God. The smoke in the city gets real thick. It's real thick, y'all. So Diddy's lawyers say, "Are you testifying against Mr. Combs?" She says, "Am I testifying against him? Question mark. She says, "How many times did they prep you on how to be cross-examined for this trial?" She says, 2 to 3 times. She says, Diddy's lawyer says, "Did you bring in other prosecutors to cross you?" She said, "Yes." So all she's doing is proving that the government did their job. She says, "And they granted you immunity at grand jury, right?" She says, "Yes." She says, "You said you had regret about some of the choices you made with Diddy." She says, "If you have it, I'd love to look at it with you." Diddy's lawyer says, "You had a choice to participate in that lifestyle for many years, and you did not want to break with him, right?" She says, "I did not want to break up with him." The government says, "You had sex with other men for years." She said, "I resent the emotional control. I was hooked from the start." This is going to be a hell of a cross-examination. Damn, this is going to be a hell of a cross-examination right here. Man, she said the pressure to perform these acts my lover desired. The government says, or Diddy's lawyer says, "You used the word partner again and again on direct. Was he your partner?" She said, "Yes." The government said, "You said you were having trouble answering for yourself why you had sex with these men?" She said, "Yes." Diddy's lawyers exposed themselves. They exposed themselves. Shout out to Gabriel. Salute to you, brother. I appreciate you. Much love and respect to you, dog. Gabriel, salute to you, brother. Gabriel come through with a $45 donation this morning. Appreciate you in the Cash App. If y'all want to donate to the link to the Cash App and PayPal, it's pinned at the top of the chat. All y'all got to do is click that link. I'm going to shout y'all out, show y'all love, man. Appreciate everybody's support. We do. You understand what I'm saying? I decided that I was just going to give y'all all these days for this. This is an epic, legendary trial. And people don't understand in history, there's not going to be too many trials like this in the history of this world. So when you get one like this, man, you know, this is the reason why I come out here and cover this. It's just like the O.J. Simpson trial. If I had, you know what I'm saying, YouTube during that trial, or if I was, you know, old enough to do it, I would have did it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a legendary case to cover, you know? And so you always want to be a part of that history, especially when you're able to be a part of it. You guys are a part of it. All the people that support, all the people that's hitting the like button, all the people that's sharing, all the people that's subscribing, all the people that's donating, all the people that's giving commentary, y'all are all a part of it. History, right? So the government says, the government says, "You had sex with other men for years." She said, "I resent the emotional control. I was hooked from the start." The government says, or she says, "There was pressure to perform these acts that my lover desired." Diddy's lawyer said, "You use the word partner again and again on direct. Was Diddy your partner? She said, yes. She said, you said you had trouble answering yourself why you had sex with these men. She says, yes, I did. Right? Right? The government says, you're in therapy now? She says, yes. The government says, you love Diddy? She says, I love to spend time with my partner. She's not the government. I mean, Diddy's lawyer. Diddy's lawyer says, you want to cuddle with him? She says, to give him foot rubs. You said, and the government said, objection to counsel making herself a witness. Great objection. You ain't going to put her on trial. Diddy's on trial. Right? Diddy's on trial. And Diddy's lawyer better come very, very carefully because this woman right here, she ain't playing. She looking for smoke. Right? Looking for smoke. And this is what happens. I told y'all. I knew that shit was right. I knew I was right about that shit. I knew I was right about that shit. I knew I was right about that shit. Right? Shout out to Camille in the Cash App with a donation. Salute to you, Camille. I told y'all the government went, and I told y'all all these people, everybody came to me, man, this is unfair. Why is Diddy the only one being prosecuted? He wasn't, you damn fool. All these people were going to be prosecuted. The problem is, everybody ain't as dumb as Diddy. They all took pleas. Diddy made a mistake. He did this with everyday, common, working people. You can't go out here and commit these type of crimes with these people and expect that these people ain't going to snitch. These ain't career criminals. These ain't people that's out here in the street putting in work. You a damn fool. Sean Diddy Combs is a damn fool. And that's all there is to it. He's an idiot. Point blank period. The dude is a buffoon. He played himself. You were paying for the girl's lawyer because the girl, you was going to get her to lie for you, nigga. The feds came, pulled her in, and she told the truth to the feds because she didn't want to get prosecuted with your stupid ass. Now you going to prison for the rest of your life because you a damn fool. And they probably going to try and throw that juror out, nigga. Crazy work. So she says, I love to bathe him, and we watch his favorite show. The government said, what show was that? She said, Dateline. That girl, hey, Jane Doe's cooking her ass. She gonna make it seem like, oh, well, Diddy didn't care. You didn't care about Diddy. You was just there. Yeah, if she know what the nigga favorite show is, nigga, let me tell you something, nigga. So Diddy's lawyer says, did you believe he was not doing this with anyone else? She said, during this time period, she said, you look at his messages? She said, yep. Yep. Smash the like button as y'all come on in and share and subscribe to the channel. This one right here is going to be one for the ages. Share the video, y'all. Like the video. We getting to it today. Y'all already know what it is. This girl came in here prepared for whatever. She came in here ready for whatever. I got to grind, don't stop. Hustle, don't quit. Shine like no other. I be on the other shit. I got a high price lifestyle. Super bad shit. Salute, y'all. She come with the smoke today. It's smoke all in the city today. You know what I'm saying? Diddy's favorite show is Dateline. Man. Wow. Wow. I don't believe you. F around and leave you. Salute everybody. as y'all come on in the building. So she goes on to say that she looked at his messages. She says that Diddy was vulnerable in those hotel rooms. And I share that with him. It was conflicting. I was breaking all my boundaries so that he would feel loved. Diddy's lawyer says, this brought you two together? She said, yes, the love making afterwards. That's why I enjoyed it. Boy, she stand on business today. She said, you ain't finna make a fool out of me on this stand. She stand on business today. Man, dog. Because she know the next couple days, they're going to be at her helmet. And Diddy's lawyers are funny. Oh, well, did they talk to you about, our testimony? Do you talk to your clients about testimony? She should have said right there and looked at her and said, if Diddy takes the stand, are you going to talk to him about his testimony? Or are you just going to let him get up there and not even talk to your own witness about his testimony? Okay, then. Why are you going to ask me a question you know the answer to? She should have ethered her like that. That's what you got to do. You got to go at them. Put the pressure on them. That's exactly what she should have did. She should have said, oh, you going to talk? Yeah, right? See, Diddy's legal team, they funny. They try to get ahead of all of this. But they got behind, y'all. And we're going to find out what's going on with that juror that the prosecution's trying to get thrown out. That Diddy's team is fighting to keep that juror over there. They're fighting with all their might to keep juror number 6 on the jury. That's why when y'all ask me, Ticket, man, what about the jury? Man, I ain't worried about the jury, man. All things gonna work out. I'm not worried about the jury. Y'all worried about the jury more than me. I ain't worried about the jury. Because if anything, here's all I'm gonna say to y'all. If anything, if it's a mistrial, guess what? He sit in prison for another year and a half, 2 years, wait till a new court date, and then the feds come back 4 or 5 more witness victims. And we got all these more stories. That means a lot more things gonna get exposed. So if that's what Diddy want to do, hey, it is what it is. We can run it back, Rev Run, Bubble Bath. That's a fact. Salute to everybody that's tapped on in. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't worried about nobody inside the courtroom, sir. I got people inside the courtroom. I know what's going on. We ain't worried about no jurors, bro. Y'all worry about jurors too much. I'm not worried about the jurors, bro. The justice come from up above. I ain't worried about no juror. Not worried about no juror. That's why y'all don't never see me on here arguing and complaining about no juror. I don't be complaining about no juror. I don't give a damn if the juror know Diddy, don't know Diddy, happy for Diddy, ain't happy for Diddy. I know one thing. It ain't 12 jurors that's out there right now that's going to say that Diddy is not guilty on all charges. Sorry. So if the worst comes to worst, all he do is he go to a retrial, sit in jail for another year and a half, 2 years, give the feds more time to go get more accusers against this nigga, more victims, and then when he come back, he gonna have like 10 people sitting up there ready to testify against him. Then that case gonna last damn near 2, 3, almost a year. So, like I said before, it don't matter to me. However you want to do it. That's why I told y'all, I ain't worried about no juror. Y'all worry about jurors. People running around here hooting and hollering and crying about jurors. For what? For what? You said it's up to the jury. How do I know that? Because ain't nobody stupid in America. The jury's going off the evidence too. That whole jury is not going. You're not going to get 12 people on that jury to say Diddy's innocent of all these charges. Not happening. Not. They got physical evidence, man. They got physical evidence. So for you to say that, nah, I'm sorry. And when you come back and you listen again, you gonna say, "Damn, Ticky, you right." I know I was right. That's exactly what I'm gonna tell you. See how confident I am? When I'm this confident, you better be confident too. Straight like that. And you know what? If it's a mistrial, hey, I ain't gonna be mad. They're gonna run it right back. And next time, then they're gonna have like 10, he's gonna have 10 accusers up there on the stand. Because that's gonna get the feds more time to complete. Y'all gotta remember, Diddy wanted a speedy trial. So the feds, they were still investigating Diddy stuff. So they didn't have a lot of time to keep bringing up new witnesses and stuff like that. You give the feds another year and a half to investigate Diddy, man, listen, let me tell you something, bro. They got like 10, they're going to have like 10 victims up there testifying in court. It's going to be impossible for him to overcome all that. And he going to be in jail all the time. He ain't going to be getting out. And like he walk out. That's the part y'all don't understand. Diddy's lawyers want a mistrial so they can get paid again. No, I'm talking about a mistrial if the jury is a hung jury. The mistrial already got denied this morning that they asked again. If you got a hung jury, that could lead to a mistrial. Or the judge can make them sit in there till they come up with a decision. So if it's one juror that's saying not guilty, man, they'll sit in there until that juror says, hey, man, he guilty. So Diddy's lawyer says, you tried to be very sexy with him in these rooms. She said, I think I was sexy in those rooms. Diddy's lawyer says, because you're a beautiful woman, did you choose the wardrobe? She said, initially, he did. Diddy's lawyer said, he like baby oil, turning them on? She said, yep. See how she cooking it, Diddy's lawyer? She cooking Diddy's lawyer. Diddy's lawyer's trying to get her to make it seem like she's the one who came up with these ideas to set it up. Not going to happen. See, when you live in the truth, a lie can't overrule you. When you live in the truth, a lie cannot overrule you. I'm going to say it again. When you live in the truth, a lie cannot overrule you. Lie can't overrule you, sir. When you live in the truth. Shout out to the brother Greg in the Cash App with donation. Salute to you, brother. 20 spot. You already know what it is, homie. Salute. Will you see me? Salute. Can you dig that? Can you dig that? Right? So again. Right? Diddy's lawyer asking the same questions. Right? Oh man, bro. That was funny how the judge ethered Diddy's lawyers. That was hilarious. So the government says, how old were you when you started your relationship with Diddy? She said, I was 35 years old. Diddy's lawyer says, what are examples of your fantasy talk in these rooms? She says that he would have me and the entertainer being role play, cheating role play, that Sean left town. So she said that Diddy would make her seem like she cheated on him with the sex worker. So Diddy would tell her and the sex worker, all right, we finna do an act. This act right here, I left town. And when Diddy is a disturbing mofo. You beating up on Cassie because she cheating on you, but you have this girl playing role playing, and her role playing is supposed to be that she cheating on you. That Diddy is a diabolical ass nigga. That is a diabolical ass nigga. Let me repeat that again, y'all. He used to beat the holy hell out of Cassie because she allegedly was cheating on him, right? Even though he was cheating on her, right? But you gonna have victim number 2 come out here And role play with sex workers, and the role play is, yeah, I'm out of town and you're cheating on me, you're giving her the D, while I sit over here and choke my chicken in the corner and squeeze it till there's no life left. Something really wrong with this dude, man. This is a sick individual, bro. Sick individual, man. If you really think about it, that's a sick nigga, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's what we gonna do today. Yeah, scrambling and scraping. So I left, right? And so when I left, you know, he gonna be pounding you out. So what I want you to do is I want you to give him some top, some nasty sloppy toppy, and then I want you to pound him out while I'm sitting over here in the corner. But don't pretend like I'm not here. Pretend like I left. You know what I'm saying? So when you do it real hard. And I'm gonna be sitting over here in the corner doing what I do. But I'm gonna be directing you and telling you, yeah, move like that. Yeah, like that. Take that. Like that. Like that. Yeah, up and down. Side to side. Yeah. Diddy's a sick dude. You beat up Cassie because of this, but you got this girl role playing. So what if Cassie told you, hey man, I was just role playing? What if Diddy came back, caught Cassie cheating with another dude? She said, hey, I was just role playing. That's what you like, right? I was just, I was just pretending that this man is putting beefcake inside of me. Why you beat me up? Crazy work. Diddy is sick, demented, and twisted, y'all. Period. He's a sick dude. He's a sick dude. He's a sick dude. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. He's a sick dude. Right? Diddy is crazy, bro. Crazy work, bro. Crazy work. Man, bro. I'm already cocky. I'm already popping. Yeah, that's sad, bro. You beating up on somebody. Think about that, y'all. You beating up on somebody. You beat up Cassie because she cheated on you, but you want to have that fantasy role play. This was clowns, man. I tell you guys this, man. Y'all, this really don't make sense. Think about what I just said to y'all. Diddy is a sick individual, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna sit over here in the corner right here, and I'm gonna squeeze till ain't no more squeezing left, bruh. Telling y'all this. No, it's not a mistrial. He got denied again, and the judge clowned their ass when he did it too. The judge clowned him. How the judge clown you like that, dog? The judge clown them niggas, man. Straight up, bro. The judge clown them. Period. The judge clown them. I know that nigga Diddy was mad as hell. The judge got him like that. Judge clowned him like that, man. Bro, I'm telling y'all this, man. Shout out to my boy Xavier in the cash app with the donation, man. He said Shea the Finals MVP. Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about it over here. We talking on my other channel, but salute, brother. I appreciate you. Showing up, showing love. Y'all know what it is. Appreciate all of y'all. Standing 10 toes. so she said that Diddy would have her and the sex worker be in a role play, cheating role play, pretending that he left town. The government, excuse me, Diddy's lawyers say, how high were your heels? What type of questions are these, man? Bro, Diddy's lawyers need to be sitting. They need to sit their ass down. She said she has 6 to 7 inch heels on. She said usually I wear 3 to 4 inch heels. Usually she wear 3 to 4 inch heels, but Diddy had her out here looking like a whole, you know what, garden tool. Had her in 6 to 7 inch heels. So, oh shucks, Diddy's lawyer's trying to get real personal now. Diddy's lawyer said, "You wanted your child to be closer to your child's father, but did the father see the child?" She said, "What the hell does that got to do with this?" Yo, Diddy's lawyers are disgusting. They really trying to cause beef. Diddy's lawyers are disgraceful. They trying to make her, she's trying to shake her on that stand. And I'm going to tell you something. The judge is going to find them in contempt of court. I'm telling y'all this. Diddy's lawyers are effing disgrace. For you to say that and bring that up, you're an effing disgrace. Point blank, you're an effing disgrace. You gonna bring up Diddy's lawyers are scum of the living, breathing earth. You gonna straight up there, sit up there talking about some, you wanted your child to be closer to your child's father, but did the father see the child? Diddy told him to do that. I bet you Diddy told him to do that. I bet you Diddy told him to do that because this is beef. This beef right here. And the government said, she says, well, what does that have to do with this? I'm telling you right now, and I'll get mad as hell if I was her too up on that stand. You want war? You really want war? See, and what Diddy's lawyers did made a huge mistake. Now, you taking her, you going to put her on the offensive against you. Don't even look at me wrong when I come through the hood. Ain't nothing changed, still holler at my homies. Oh, but when I hit the block, I still... Hey, man. Big mistake by Diddy's lawyers, bro. Big mistake, man. Playing games, man. Like, you don't play games with no witness like that, man. Diddy's lawyers are very disrespectful, and what they want to do is, what Diddy's lawyers want to do is really shake this woman. They want her to be shook and understand. But they already know they got disarmed. The government disarmed Diddy's lawyers. Before they even got up here, they disarmed them. See? You trying to be funny now. This is going to turn out to be real ugly. I'm telling y'all this. Right? I'm telling you. They trying to gaslight her on the stand right now. I'm telling y'all this, bro. They trying to gaslight him right now. I'm trying to tell you. They trying to gaslight her right now. And everybody wondering why the prosecutors ain't object, because they're going to let her cook. Because they have no reason to object to the truth. Why I'm gonna keep objecting when she gonna tell the truth? Man. So Diddy's lawyer says, you flew weekly to Miami to see Diddy? She said, sometimes. Diddy's lawyer said, we listed 5 voice notes in which Diddy sounded angry. But he sent you thousands, right? She says, yep. They said, why did you feel he was larger than life? She says, a bright light. A bright light. They tried to take a jab. Boy, these people, man, Diddy's lawyers, man. Boy, they the bottom of the barrel, boy. I tell you that right now. Yeah, if y'all ain't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, y'all. Share the video, like the video, y'all come on in here. Appreciate all y'all for tapping on in. Y'all already know what it is. You know, I give it to them at the light like Kane's cousin Harold. All right? Y'all know how I do. Right? Shout out to Lydia Johnson in the Cash App with a donation. Appreciate you, ma'am. Salute to you. Much love to you. This is it, baby. The end of the road. Watch them young guns that take none. Nobody take from the Friday the 13th. Man, they getting them questions in. Shorty, where you at? Yeah, it gets lonely in this business. Need a homie. You the realist. All right, hold on, y'all. Someone who wants to find out. Yeah, yeah, man. So, bad situation by Diddy's lawyers, man. Diddy's lawyers went to the mud, and she got him about that mud quick. You trying to go to the mud? Let me get you out that mud quick. Stop for friends and drinking mud. And Pluto, Pluto. Stop for friends. Still feel like a hood. Hold on, y'all. All right, hold on one second. Let me see. All right. What? Cool. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Let me see. Man, wow. Let me see. Hold on, you guys. Man, this Diddy's legal team is clowns, bro. You gonna try and demonize a woman on the stand? That's the last thing you want to do on that stand. Crazy work, man. Actually, they can't run the angry black man narrative because this woman, she didn't testify about Diddy being violent until she hit Diddy. So that's out of the window. That's out of the window. All right. That's out of the window. Let me see something, guys. Hold on one second. Let me see something. Right. Shout out to my boy Art of Dialogue, man, doing a BIG over there. Big time. Over there on his channel, man. Salute to him.
A woman named Brianna testified, right, that Diddy held her over a balcony. Tell me about that.
Now, this is the same woman who they denied the mistrial to today, you guys. So this woman right here, who I showed y'all, Diddy's lawyers wanted a mistrial. They said she lied on the stand. That woman ain't lie, bro. The judge clowned Diddy's lawyers on the stand. I mean, in the court before the jury came in there, man, he clowned Diddy's lawyers, man.
Object. 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 That did not even make it in the courtroom, bro. They objected to that. You know what I'm saying? Because for whatever reason, for whatever legal thing, it was a lawsuit that was civil that was going on. And they could not bring that into court. You only know that and because of the content creators who was there and people like me who was there who heard the stuff, it got objected to it and they couldn't even bring that into court. But you know what? The prosecutors like, yeah, we know they was going to do that. So we going to go a whole nother route. And they got it in there. I'm going to tell you how they got it in there. Because they tried to make Brianna seem like everything she said it was lies because of her drug use. Her still wanting to be around Puff. You understand? Her still going out to parties with them. Even after she said he choked her, he beat her, he did this. People got to understand this. Until you around in that whole atmosphere with those people, you don't understand that the man that's the goal, has all the goal, makes all the rules. Now, see, people don't understand this, and let me break this down to you, bro. If Puff hates you, everybody that you made friends with, everybody that knows you, they hate you. They can't show you that they love or got love for you. Do you understand that? Those people in that industry clique, they'll go out on Mondays and Wednesdays and everything, have parties. If Puff ain't fucking with you, ain't nobody gonna fuck with you. So now, when them girls make up to him, it's not just for them to make up to him. It's to show everybody that's around that me and Puff is still cool so they can start back treating you cool. That's crazy to me, bro. I don't even understand why they give a but that's how it is, bro. That's why those people keep running back to him because they know if he don't fuck with them, nobody's gonna fuck with them in that industry around there. Whether it's parties, whether it's work, socializing, none of that. So when he hung the girl over the back balcony, they couldn't get into court because it was a civil suit that was pending or did like that. You understand what I'm saying? So they wouldn't let it in there. So what the prosecutors did was they got the text messages in there. So when y'all hear the news people out there, well, Brianna was lying. She was not telling the truth. She didn't remember this. She didn't remember that. Puff's personal assistant, KK, and Cassie was texted on 9/30/2016 when it happened. Was texted. Yo, he put on, KK, we're going to take care of it. We're going to make sure everything's okay. We're sorry. He was drunk. He was high. We're going to make sure she be compensated for her injury. All that shit, bro. All that shit is in text messages, and the prosecutors got the text messages in there. So now the jury might not see, you understand? Can't hear Brianna part of it, but they can hear the text messages because there was a civil suit. You understand? And he was paying her millions of dollars for doing that.
And shout out to Kimberly. Kimberly, I can't even pronounce your last name. I apologize to you, ma'am. Your last name is EICHSTEDT. Salute to you, ma'am. You sent $100 donation to the PayPal. I appreciate you and much love to you. And I salute you for that. I appreciate you. Much love to you, my sister. Appreciate that.
So all these content creators, all these news people said the girl was lying. She couldn't have been lying because the text messages don't lie. They brought in a federal computer analyst who got the text messages out of Cassie and old girl's phone that states that they was talking about it in September in 2016, bro. The prosecutor got bombed for that. Now the jury gonna look at it like, yo, they were trying to make this girl out of lie. Well, they was telling this lie in 2016, and not one person said that was a lie back then. But all of a sudden, in 2025, it's a lie. The prosecutor cooked their ass on that one, bro. Cooked them. They got the text messages that told the story that Puff did hang the girl over the balcony, was choking her the whole 9 yards, and they was trying to put a civil suit or stop her from doing a civil suit so they can pay her off and sign an NDA just like they did the security people. Just like they did the security people, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, I ain't know all that, man. Because what I was hearing online was she got exposed for lying.
Bro, they was trying to say the young lady got exposed for lying because the young lady was been taking medication, been taking drugs, the whole 9 yards. But there's text messages from Cassie and Puff's personal assistant. They told the truth. They told the truth. Why would they be lying in 2016 about that happening? Why would they be lying? Right after it happened. Right when it's happening.
Crazy work, dog. Crazy. Hey, whoever said it in the comment section, you ain't lying. Yeah, it seemed like Diddy's team was trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? Diddy's team know what they was doing, man. Them people scum, bro. I told you, they scum, bro. They the bottom of the barrel. Diddy's team is the bottom of the barrel, and that's why they got denied on the what you call it today, they got denied on the mistrial again. They got rejected in their face. Shout out to Daily Dose Takes with the donation. He says he's trying to visualize Cassie cheating, maybe, question mark. Shout out to Ivy with the donation. She says, keep telling the truth, standing 10 toes down, coming with paperwork. Salute from Cleveland. Salute to Cleveland. You already know what it is. Shout out to Cleveland. Yeah. They're disgusting. Try to make this girl seem like she a liar. Why would you pay her a settlement? And answer that question. Everybody in the chat room, I'm going to try to answer that question. Why would they try to pay her a settlement if she was lying? Back then. Make it make sense. If she was lying back then, why Diddy ain't trying to sue her? Now we get to 2025, and now, oh, she was lying. Get out of here, man. And she put in her own lawsuit. First of all, she fired the lawyer who put a lie in her lawsuit. Then she turned around. Not only did she fire the lawyer who put a lie in her lawsuit, which made her that much more credible, Diddy's team couldn't even talk about that. Then she turned around in a new lawsuit and put on or about, which didn't lock her down on any particular day. And they tried to call the girl a liar, man.
And that's the point that prosecution made. Bruh, through this whole trial, and the girl was talking about pink cocaine, ecstasy, mollies, some pills that they ain't know what the hell it was. Drugs, bruh. The drugs will change your whole life. Here go a kid that not use drugs, wouldn't smoke weed. He got out there, and not only he got drugs, he got drunk on power. By him being drunk on power and using drugs, he wasted his whole.
Yeah, man. Yeah, y'all seen that?
This is the first time in our lifetime we're going to see an individual that was on top of the world, had everything that they also dreamed of, and going to lose everything that they dreamed of. You can't make this shit up, bro.
Yeah, it gotta be the drugs, man. If you hanging people over balconies, you can't be in your right mind. But I want to ask you about D-Rock and a guy named Paul. Like, I'm hearing these testimonies and their names keep coming up.
Bro, that's why either D-Rock and Paul, they either gonna be a co-conspirator. The prosecution may have their testimony sealed, whereas they may not have to come into court or whatever like that, or they may bring them into court or whatever, or may have some kind of sealed affidavit or whatever from them. But they're gonna have to either testify or be a co-conspirator. Now, they said KK is a co-conspirator. They mentioned that in the courts. His personal assistant KK is a co-conspirator. So how can D-Rock not be when he was mentioned way more than she was? They was mentioned almost in every testimony, bro, that people gave. They was talking about Paul and D-Rock, Paul and D-Rock, or D-Rock and Paul. So it ain't came up yet. Either they gonna be co-conspirators or they're gonna have some kind of sealed affidavit or sealed testimony or something against Puff. They got to. They gotta bring them in. Some kind of way. There's too many people that talked about them, bro. And these are the same two people, D-Rock and Paul. These are the same two people that when people talk about Gene Deal, these are the same two people that let Big down. Let's get into it, Mighty. These are the same two people that let Big down. D-Rock convinced Puff. Puff had D-Rock convince Big to come to that party that night. Paul was D-Rock. Paul was fucking Big security. Uncle Paulie was Big security. These same two people, you see them help destroy Big because they didn't do their job and didn't do what they were supposed to do that night for Big. Now they finna destroy Puff ass. They didn't stop him, bro. They didn't stop him. When he was doing that Paul telling people one of the security men, oh man, Puff was friends from childhood. Come out of here. You ain't stopping him from doing stupid shit. You ain't stopping him from beating no girls. You ain't say, yo, my man, you drugged up out your mind. You need to stop doing that shit. What's wrong with you? They didn't do none of that, bro. D-Rock only know them through Big. So I don't expect that from D-Rock. But then I expect D-Rock to be a man and say, yo, my man, you can't be beating these girls like that. You making us look bad, bro. What's wrong with you? I'm not working for you. You doing that shit. That nigga Paul was around when Puff wasn't using drugs. Yo, stop that nigga, bro. Don't let that nigga do that shit to himself. These are the same 2 months that the night Big got
murdered. Played a role in it. Played a role in it. Paul not doing his job right. D-Rock getting big done when he was told not to. Now look, same two people that didn't stop Puff, who had been around since the Notorious Big. And look at him. Bruh. He was responsible for bringing Biggs to that party when he was told not to. There's enough people out here that know that he was told not to bring Big to that party. He was supposed to be in London. He got Big to that party because that's what Puff wanted Big at. Paul was told as a security personnel, they're coming to get us tonight, bro. So you got to be on alert. If Big is your principal and you're responsible for Big, you got to put yourself in between, in the middle of every threat possible. And Paul didn't do that.
Crazy work, man. Crazy, but Big Gene breaking it all down. But you know, a lot of people, they try to talk down on Big Gene, man. But Big Gene, he putting it all down for everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Again. Basically, back to the case, you guys. And that was just the part I was showing y'all that Diddy's team got denied the mistrial. They tried to get a mistrial talking about that girl was lying. That girl wasn't lying. That girl told the whole truth and they know it. The only people that's lying is Diddy's lawyers. But anyways, back to this trial that's going on right now, right? So, you know, that's crazy. Jane says that Diddy introduced her to gospel. Lord have mercy, man. What gospel this nigga introduced you to? To the devil? He introduced you to the devil? That's the gospel he introduced you to? He introduced you to the devil? She said that Diddy introduced her to the gospel. What gospel? What gospel? The devil? Lord have mercy, man. He introduced you to the gospel. She said he had a favorite pastor he watched on TV. Lord have mercy, man. Oh, my goodness gracious, bro. Lord have mercy, man. Diddy's lawyer said, has that stayed with you? She says, yes, it did. Diddy's lawyer say, do you watch that pastor today? Objection, says the defense. Sustained. Diddy's lawyer say, how much did Diddy invest in your dress line? She said $20,000. Diddy's lawyer said, why did you join OnlyFans? She says, if I could get off of it, I would. But I needed the financial help. Financial needs, she said. Diddy's lawyer says, Diddy gave you money throughout the relationship. In 3.5 years, does $150,000 seem right? 3.5 years, $150,000, that's nothing. She could work and get that 3.5 years. She could literally work as a manager in McDonald's and make that in 3.5 years. That's nothing. She says, I would assume. Diddy's lawyer says, you told the government you gravitate towards providers. She says, yes. As a woman, I like that. What woman don't like a dude who can provide for the family? Hold on, let me stop right there. Let me say this. What woman in the world want a broke nigga? I'm not even capping for her. I'm just asking in general. What woman on earth want a broke nigga? Straight up. Shout out to Alexis. Salute to you. I appreciate you in the cash app the donation. What woman in the world want a broke nigga with no money? How many women in this comment section want a man that ain't got no money? You want this man to have some type of stability. Period. Period. Crazy work. What type of questions they ask? What do you think she want a broke nigga? Diddy's lawyer said, you called the house our house? She says, later I saw it as my house. Diddy's lawyer said, you thought it was important that his staff not know about the entertainers, right? The government said, objection. The judge says, overruled. She says, right. Diddy's lawyer says, and that's a reason you go to the house that and a yard for your son. She says, can you say my child? Boy, they keep trying to bring this son into this thing, man. They trying to dox this girl, man. Diddy's lawyers are trying to dox this girl, understand? They're trying to dox her, understand? There ain't no other question about it. Right? Straight up. Boy, these people crazy as hell. Crazy as hell. Bro, if Diddy gave her $50,000 a year, pretty much, for 3.5 years, that's nothing. And I'm going to tell y'all why that's nothing. That's nothing because, bro, Diddy was given, let me say this again. If Diddy gave her $50,000, right? If Diddy gave her $50,000 a year for 3.5 years, I want y'all to think about this. 3.5 years, Diddy's giving her $50,000 a year, right? Because she said 3.5 years and around 150. So if you think about 150,000, that's 50 a year, right? Maybe 50, 150, right? Check this out, y'all. I know people that's working at manager positions at Walmart that make more money than that. This nigga Diddy was giving the other chick, he was spending goddamn on 200 something thousand on shopping sprees. What the dark skinned girl name is? That he was with down there in Miami. He was doing that with her in one trip to the store. So they trying to paint her out to be a gold digger. Man, are y'all crazy? And she might be. But if that's the case, if that's y'all's argument that Diddy gave her 150 in 3 years total, man, unbelievable stuff, man. Unbelievable stuff. They got to come harder than that, man. They got to come with some. I can see they said a couple mil, something like that. And she lives in LA. Man, that money ain't going nowhere, man. You can barely buy a meal. With that money, Bruh, in LA, you barely buy a meal. So, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy, right? Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff, man. Crazy work, bro. You know? Uh, hold on, y'all. Shout out to Gerald in the Cash App with a donation. Salute to you, brother. I appreciate it. Man, right? Oh, my God, bro. Crazy work, y'all. All these people, all of them took deals. Man, the only one that didn't take a plea is Diddy. He the only one. Salute to everybody that's tapped in, man. Y'all know what's up. Hold on one second, y'all. Man, this whole case is crazy work, bro. And don't y'all know this is just a little bit? It's a lot more with Diddy that y'all ain't even heard, man. That's the craziest part, bro. Man. Man, oh man, oh man, bro. Man. Unbelievable. All right. And so again, hold on, you guys. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. Wow. Wow. Wow, you guys. Giannis Antetokounmpo came out and said, "I hope to be back in the final soon with the Bucks." Salute to Giannis, man. Oh, never quit, never fold, baby. Believe that. Never quit, never fold, dog. My bad, y'all. I was looking at that. I was looking at that real quick. I had to see. what Giannis was talking about. Right? Why is this thing taking this long? Bro, I know they mad in hell in court. They got to be mad in court, bro. They got to be mad in court. And the reason why they got to be mad in court, man, is because they keep trying to bring up and dox this girl identity, bro. They sad, bro. Period. Right? Man. Hold on, you guys. Hold on one second. Hold on. Yeah, this crazy work, bro. Crazy work, bro. Diddy's lawyers is gonna backfire. Their strategy is gonna backfire, bro. Their strategy is gonna backfire, bro. Everybody is getting mad. They trying to gaslight this girl on the stand, bro. Their strategy is backfiring. I'm reading the reactions on the internet, y'all. Bro, they are heated with Diddy's lawyers for doing this the way they doing it, bro. Diddy's lawyers are getting cooked because Diddy's lawyers are they're being called all kind of different names and stuff like that. It's sad. You know what I'm saying? So what they trying to do is what Diddy's lawyers are trying to do, you guys, is they see she's come in cool, calm, and collected. They see she's not going to be broken like the other girl was completely broken. Understand? I told you some people can deal with it, some people can't. She obviously can deal with it. The thing is that the fact that she can deal with it and they can't confuse her or get her tied up in no words because she's telling the truth. Now what they have to do is to go to the bottom of the barrel tactics. What we're going to try and do is we're going to try and dox you by continuously asking you questions about your son that don't even got nothing to do with this situation. So they really don't have any defense whatsoever. Bro, the first thing they came out and told y'all is that, first of all, Diddy's paying for her lawyer, and she was meeting with the defense at first. When the government came to talk to her and told her, look, we're going to charge your ass as an accomplice. This is the part people not understanding. All these people were charged as accomplices. These are everyday working people. Ain't nobody trying to go to prison for Diddy. These ain't no career criminals. So Diddy thought these chicks was all gonna ride for him. I'll pay your lawyer. I'll pay your crib. That's why he's still paying the crib. That's why he's still paying the lawyers. He thought they was gonna ride. Right? Shout out to Janelle in the Cash App with the donation. Salute to you, baby. I appreciate it. Come through, $25 donation. And y'all smash the like button, share, and subscribe. And if y'all want to donate, the link is pinned at the top of the chat room. Click that Cash App, PayPal link. Let me know what y'all think, man. Real talk. Diddy, man. Again, bro. His team, sickening. Absolutely disgusting individuals, his team. Absolutely disgusting. And instead of them trying to break, they're trying to mentally destroy her. Right? That's what they're trying to do right now. Is make this a mental thing. These people crazy as hell, man. And they sad too. They sad too. Right? So hopefully y'all hear this. Right? I'm telling you this again. Salute everybody tapping on in. What? Yeah, man. Yeah, y'all smash the like button, share the video, man. They some sick ass people, man. Diddy's lawyers, man, bro. They gonna lose with this. This right here is gonna get them all the momentum that Diddy's lawyers had gained from the Diddyites and all the people that supporting Diddy. They've lost it. I'm looking online right now, y'all. They getting trashed for, and people don't like it when you bring a young one involved. They trying to bring this woman's son in this. People don't like that. I'm looking online right now. Everybody's going crazy hard at the defense. You know what I'm saying? They going crazy hard at the defense. Right? That's sad, bro. Like, if you're gonna go at her, go at her. Don't bring up the young one, yo. Don't do that. That's out of pocket. You know what I mean? And only one person got the power to tell his lawyers to do this. Diddy. And knowing Diddy, he probably snapped on him, yelled at him, and told him all kind of stuff to tell them to go say this stuff. Sad, bro. Sad. You lead them out of that, man. You don't gotta put them in that. If you gonna cook her, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You want to call it 304, do what you do. But the kid, bro, come on, man. Diddy's lawyers are scum, bro. They scum, bro. All right, y'all, hold on. Hold on, you guys. I got some updates. Hold on, y'all. They actually playing evidence in court right now. Right? So basically, hold on. What? Um, then she spoke on the privacy of the hotel nights. She said that she testified that upon moving into a new home on April 2023, she believed that if we got a home that was to Diddy's taste level, then we could just start at least doing hotel nights here in the privacy of our own home. Now, she affirmed that she and Diddy ensured the hotel nights remained confidential, stressing it was critical that neither the public nor Diddy's employees knew about the entertainers, right? So it went on to say that the defense attorney for Diddy asked this woman, Jane Doe, if she and Diddy had conducted hotel nights at her previous apartment, to which she confirmed they did. And then uh, her on the financial support and partner prefaces under the cross examination, she testified that Diddy wired her around $150,000 total during their relationship. When the defense, that was 3.5 years. When the defense attorney for Diddy asked if she gravitated towards providers, she said that she ideally seeks a partner who is both a companion and a provider. Also, um, she also described Diddy as confident and strong and very sure of himself with a big personality and a larger than life demeanor, qualities she found highly attractive. And she testified that, his motivating and encouraging nature helped overcome shyness when they met. She also admitted that she has struggled with self esteem both previously and currently. Also, um, Diddy's lawyer presented a text and audio messages from March of 2023 between her and Diddy, sent after the Turks and Caicos trip, in which she said Diddy unexpectedly introduced her to an entertainer in a hotel night, sparking an argument that strained their relationship for days. The jury reviewed the affectionate text and voice notes where both expressed enjoyment of the trip, and Diddy's voice note he declared his love for her and referenced her contract, which she clarified was a love contract they had recently agreed upon, resulting in Diddy renting a $10,000 month per home for her. Also, um, the jury heard uh, her cheerful recorded response to Diddy, stating she had a great time on the Turks and Caicos trip. She loved him and felt closer to him, saying, "Everything just feels good, and I'm so happy." And she testified that she genuinely enjoyed her time with Diddy and was expressing her love for their moments together, including the quote unquote entertainer interactions. So these are all the things that are going on in court right now, right? For you guys who don't know, they're playing all this stuff in court right now. I'm giving you updates on things that they're playing, right? Salute to everybody in the building. Y'all already know what it is. I just come to give y'all the updates. Shout out to Nick Proctor coming through with a $25 donation in the Cash App. Salute to you, brother. I appreciate it. Let me see. Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on one second. All right, you guys. Hold on. All right. All right, you guys. Hold on. The South of France. Yeah, they've had a long stoppage in this one. A long stoppage. Pluto. One second. So yeah, y'all. Right. South of France. South of France. All right, y'all. So let's get to this part right here. Yeah, I think this was the one right here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I want y'all to hear this one right here.
Diddy a wild dude if he was moving like that. Well, that's not only that. Even with, I think his name, uh, Dante Nash, one of the stylists, he testified too, brother. Dante Nash testified, and he was one of the stylists, and he was talking about how all of them say how Diddy beat Cassie. He even jumped on Diddy's back, him and that girl Mia, to stop Diddy from beating Cassie. You understand? So at least he was one of the individuals who's trying to stop. And he's made the testimony that he didn't even want to come. They had to subpoena him to come because he had love for Diddy. But he got on the stand and he told his truth. He told what he saw, what he heard, and what he did. And he tied all that stuff up. People were saying Cassie was jealous and Cassie did this and Cassie did that. No. Diddy was coming after her. And he made that clear to the jury that Diddy was coming after her. It was a lot of situations where Cassie was running from him. And he would use staff to try to find her, then go get her. It was times when Cassie didn't even want to go to the freak off. No means no. There was no telling him no. He would tell her, yo, I already spent this money. So you gonna do it. And this is a story that Deontay Nash was telling. And this was a dude who had love for Diddy, was calling Diddy. Even after him and Cassie broke up and Andre Harrell died, he called him for that. And who else died? Somebody else died, and he called him on that. He was staying in touch with Diddy. Tell him, yo, if you need anything, let me know, brother. Diddy was upset with him. Diddy said, yo, bro, that was foul. You should have told me that she was effing the trainer. And that was Cassie's husband. You understand? You should have told him. So, you know, Diddy felt some kind of way with him on that one. But this dude, he was very convincing to the jury, and he was placing people like D-Rock, I think D-Rock and Paul, in situations whereas that they were using their protection status of Diddy to try to force people or bring people into those type of situations that were unlawful. And that's the freak offs. That was buying drugs and holding the drugs and things like that. And that's what's threatening people's lives and stuff. Having people terrified of them. And people got to understand, D-Rock wasn't nothing to play with. Everybody know about the Hot 97 situation where him and Nori and them got into a shootout, and the police found 65 rounds. 65 rounds, bro. Out there in front of Hot 97. They used to call it Shot 97. You know what I'm saying? Because all that situation, all that shit that happened out there. So now, you know what I'm saying? They know D-Rock was nothing to play with. And so they were scared. They was terrified. All of them. So this guy, Deontay Nash, he knew that Cassie was sleeping with the trainer that Diddy hired. He knew of the relationship, and they didn't get into it when he found out or when did he knew. No, but he was close to Cassie. And he just made the statement that Diddy was upset with him and say, brother, you could have told me that she was effing the trainer. Because, you know, at the same time, he was paying the trainer to train her. She messing with him, allegedly. But she was through with him. But he was still paying a trainer. Whether it was to train him, Cassie, or whoever, he was still on the payroll. Damn, and you don't think that's a little messed up? How's it messed up? So, as a man, he could sleep with Gina, Young Miami, Kim Porter, another chick, whoever the F he want to, and then Cassie supposed to wait on him? Cassie don't supposed to do nothing? Wait on his ass whoopings and his freak offs? That's all you saying that she's supposed to be good for, brother? How is that messed up? For you young folks, the grannies used to tell us what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You understand? You know what I'm saying? If a man could do it, a woman could do it. So she found her solitude in the trainer. Evidently, he was something positive for her because they went on and got married and they're working on their third child, I think. Still getting paid from Diddy. Still spending Diddy money.
It's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. And so it's all Diddy fault. You got these people still spending your chips, nigga. Simping at an all-time low. And so basically, Diddy, according to the reports, she testified that in April 2023, Diddy paid $40,000 up front for her rented home, covering the security deposit, first month's rent, and the last month's rent. Now it says that Diddy's lawyer noted that the landlord held several months of rent as a buffer if Diddy stopped paying. Also, Diddy's lawyer suggested that Diddy was willing to pay 3 additional months of her rent during their breakup, right? Discussions. When asked if she believed Diddy would stop paying, she responded, "There were times that I definitely felt like he would do that, and he used it kind of as a little tool. The rent was always like a little reminder," she said. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't do your job, pay that rent, girl. Let's be out here on these streets. But you ain't got no crib. Yeah, little stuff like that. Capping ass stuff like that. But that's what's going on, you guys, in the courthouse. Shout out to Virginia Weaver and the Cash App with a donation. Salute to you. Shout out to Deborah and the Cash App donation 2 times. Appreciate it. She said you can see the evil in his face through the screen. You already know. You already know. That's not even a trick question. That's a straight up question. Check it out, y'all. They got a long break going on, something going on, so I'm gonna come back and give y'all the update. I'm gonna hit my con. I'm gonna try to find out what's going on in the court. I'll be right back. I'm gonna find out what's going on because they've got a long break going on. All right, you guys. So we appreciate everybody that popped in, supported this video. Make sure that you guys shop our merch. We got that new A Weapons merchandise right there below this video. All you gotta do is look below. The links will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well to get the merch, to donate, support the channel, and subscribe to our podcast show. You'll see all those links pinned at the top of the comment section of this video. And we appreciate everybody that supports this channel and our networks. Also, that straight drop weight loss formula. Go to the website. You guys will see that. A link for that will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well. Go right there for all of your weight loss needs. Straight drop weight loss formula. We have a lot of testimonials on the website. You can go to www.str-8-drop.com and get you some of the weight loss formula today. Take your weight loss serious. Get in the gym, work out, exercise, and do what you got to do to stay on point. We appreciate everybody that's been locked into this video. Again, all the links are pinned at the top of the comment section below. Salute to all of y'all. And again, we appreciate everybody who support what we doing over here.